The Lavarock inside of Evomon is probably the best Evomon in the entire game, or at least one of the easiest ones to get for how good it is. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down everything you need to know about Lavarock here. I actually have one, triple S tier, and also shiny. You already know, we max this thing all the way out, level 90, pretty good, and we're going to be telling you guys exactly how to get it, why it's good, how to use it, how you want to allocate your stats here, for example, the talent vector potions, as well as different natures that you might want. Traits, I don't have much of right now, so I can't really tell you about that. And also like the movesets you want to use for specific bosses and specific scenarios, and how to the best spots to even grind to get this thing to a high enough level. So I'm literally going to be breaking down every single thing you need to know to go from probably like a brand new beginner or someone that's just been struggling a little bit in this game, as it is very grindy, to getting this guy and absolutely carrying you throughout every single thing in the entire game. So enough yapping, let's just start off. Alright, you're probably going to start off at Verdant Valley, which is the level 1 area. Over here there's nothing really of note here, except there's one guy that you might want to catch, and this guy might help you catch more guys in the future later. So let's just head over here. It's going to be these pebble guys. Okay, these guys, they're pretty good because they unlock the move counter later on. If we take a look, Pebble eventually evolved into like Peb Golem, but it has the move counter, which is really good because that's also the move that makes Lavarock insanely good. Mainly counter, you can run like Stone Edge or a couple others, but you're mainly going to be spamming counter. Now, if we head back in this area, probably just like, grind this area like normal, but also your starter, you could maybe go for a water starter because you're going to replace your starter very soon. I mean, the best starter in the game is obviously the fire starter, but it gets replaced relatively soon in the mid game. You won't be using it. You're going to be having so many more like stronger characters. For example, these guys that I have here are all a lot stronger than the fire starter, even this bird that I have. So the starter really is not that big of a priority. You could go for the water starter because this guy is 4 times weak to water. Look, fire type is obviously weak to water, and rock type, oh wait, no, never mind, rock type is not weak to water. I'm lying. But anyhow, the water starter could be good because it allows you to grind up a lot of these guys really quickly, as you can defeat them really easily. Now, where do you actually find them? It is in World 3, which is still early game, very easy to get to. Probably get to it in like an hour of playtime. And you want to run past these Sparkets. There's a lot of these fire foxes over here. Run by them. And in this area, you see these little Lavites? These are the guys that you will need to be grinding up. Just simply go ahead and walk up to one of them, start fighting them. These guys, they don't have to move counter just yet, so just use any like rock type move or any water type move, any of those will do, and just catch it like normal. Okay, I guess we're just catching this one. Basically though, you need a lot of triple SSS tier, and you need one that's shiny and SSS tier. Now, shiny, because if it's shiny, it actually gives a little bit of a stat boost, which is not what many people know, but for some reason it does give a stat boost. And SSS tier, obviously this is a C tier talent, so I'm just gonna go ahead and trash that guy. Absolutely useless. But you do need a full team of 4 SSS and 1 SSS and shiny. So look, this guy is a triple SSS tier. This guy's triple SSS tier. This guy as well, triple SSS, and this guy as well. So we have 4 triple SSS, and we have 1 guy which is triple SSS and shiny. Reason being is that these guys are also the best Evomon in the entire game to fighting the late game end game boss, which is going to be, I'm pretty sure it's Thundercliff here. It should be this guy. Now, it's gonna take a little bit while for him to respawn, but I'm pretty sure Arcub, or the evolved version of Arcub, and you do so much damage to him, and you're super effective against him. I mean, you can just use your counter, you can use your rock moves, and these guys are just the best guys to take off the late game boss, because late game boss is really notoriously difficult to defeat. So Lavarocks and Lavites will be really good. Now as for evolving, I'd say just keep these as Lavite form, as you probably don't have enough resources to evolve every single one of them, unless you are rich and loaded and you have a whole lot of Robux to spend. So just evolve the one that's shiny and triple SSS tier, and yeah, so you have this guy, you have all these guys. It might take a little while to grind up all of these triple SSS tiers though, but it is worth it, I assure you, 100%. and you could get them all to be a shiny and triple SSS, but honestly, you don't need that many shinies. Shiny, it's like a small stat boost, so you probably only need it on one major guy. So we have this guy over here. I'm just gonna put the other guys back into my inventory. So also what I recommend, right, is before trying to grind here, you do need to catch a water type from the previous island, which is Petal Pond here. Now, mainly do this if you do not have yourself a water starter or someone that is super effective against these Lavarocks, as it is going to be a little bit harder to grind up these guys. But probably get one of these clams. I'm pretty sure I have one of them at a slightly higher level. Yeah, level 46 clam pip, because I use this guy for majority of early game to get a whole lot of these Lavarocks and Lavites. So definitely get one of those. Though if you do have yourself a couple of Lavites, you're probably fine just using the Lavites as is, because Lavites, they actually do have an ability. So okay, no, not this one, and not this one either. But once you unlock the ability Stone Edge, it's good, because Stone Edge is a rock type move, and these Lavites and Lavarocks are actually weak to rock type, because rock right now, if you do a rock type move against a rock type, nothing happens. It's just normal 1x effectiveness. But because it's part fire and part rock, because of the fire attribute, it is actually weak to rock type. So you can grab a Lavite and use Lavite to grind up against other Lavites. So that is a really, really good grind spot, as when you grind there, not only do you increase the experience of it, but you can also get yourself more Lavites and get yourself triple SSS tier Lavites. But once you have a lot of those, then you will be fine progressing forwards. Though there is an area I do recommend you guys grind at, which is going to be here. Over here is the Shiver Snows area. And these guys over here, these ice types, are actually really weak to your rock type moves. So I can walk up to them and I'll show you exactly. Look, they are weak to rock types. Stone Edge just does so much damage to them. You can probably one tap them, even if you are like 10 levels below. I don't want to catch this guy, he's kind of bad. But yeah, definitely grind here. A really, really great spot to grind. Shiver Snows after you do unlock the Stone Edge move, and you have the Lavites. Now, let's move on to the actual, like, how you want to build your Lavites and Lavarocks. So, Lavites and Lavarocks, just use the same moveset in all of them. Basically, you're going to be using counter for every single boss that you fight. Counter is just amazing in every single scenario because of your high HP stat from Lavarock. Like, this guy is so tanky. You're gonna be tanking every single thing, and you're just gonna be take like a counter. Okay, it says priority -6, so you're gonna be moving last. But when hit, counterattacks for twice the damage received. You are going to be dishing out so much damage. Because of your high HP stat, you're going to be just dishing out even more damage. Aside from that, you could run Stone Edge as well. It's your only rock type move. And it also has a lot of base power, so that is very good. And just run a simple fire type move. For example, you can definitely, don't run Cinder. Run one that uses physical attack. Like, this guy uses physical attack. So instead of using Cinder, I actually recommend Ember over Cinder. Even though it has 10 less base power, it is the proper damage type. And additionally, down here, there's a lot more. For example, there's Earth Power as well. You could probably replace it. I don't actually know if that's a physical attack or magic attack. But yeah, just do your best physical attacking move. One of each type and add in counter. Counter is really, really good. Let me show you exactly how good counter is. So let's just run into a boss that we have here. And okay, there's actually a boss at the very end here. We'll run to that guy. And I'm just going to use counter and show you guys how much damage that is. And also, for some reason, right, this guy has an insane physical attack damage. It's just absolutely sky high for some reason as well. So you can also use your physical attack damage combined with your Stone Edge, and you can absolutely destroy any bosses with that as well. Granted that you are super effective against it. So for example, there is the Glaciatl. How do you even know how to pronounce that? But we're going to be fighting against this boss, right? And let me show you. First, I'll use counter, alright? So, he's going to hit me. Okay, never mind. He did not do much damage. So basically, counters, the more damage the opponent does to you, the more damage you do back, because you double the damage back. Now I say, don't do any damage to you because of how bulky my character is. This is like the bulkiest character in the entire game. Then you just go for a stab move, and look at that, man. That is absolutely insane damage. This is a boss, by the way, and it's not even close. Oh, let me just 2x speed that. But yeah, you can just Stone Edge this guy. Super easy, super easy to defeat. But additionally, counter, here's the thing about counter, okay? Counter, you kind of want to take a little bit more damage, because if you don't take much damage, then you're not doing much damage. But also, if you take too much damage, if you're at like 30% HP, you might get one shot from there and you might go to 0 HP. So you do need more defenses to make it so that you can maximize the amount of usage you are getting from your hit points. And also, technically, you have no use for attack and special attack, as counter doesn't scale off of your attack, even though it says it does. It actually doesn't. It just does double the damage received. So what you really need is a whole lot of maximum HP. So actually the stat spread that you want, right? Because whatever talent you have, you will have increased amount of stats in certain areas. What I recommend is you have it in HP, definitely. HP number 1. Number 2, number 3, you could have it in defenses. Although defenses are good in most scenarios, some scenarios it might not actually be good. And attack is fine, because it buffs up your stone edge. It doesn't buff up your counter though. But definitely just reroll your talent until you get it, that it buffs up your HP stat here. Right now I don't have it, as if you are not spamming counter, the best moves is, the best stat allocation is going to be attack and 2 defenses, because this guy is naturally very, very slow. You don't want to speed him up, but if you're not spamming counter, then this guy's just a stat stick, okay? Like, look at that. Infinite defenses, you're taking no damage, and with the increased attack, you're dealing infinite damage. So if it's a counter matchup, then definitely go ahead, put points into HP. If you're not spamming counter, or if you're just overall gaming, then HP, just also attack, and the 2 defenses are good. Never put any points into speed and into your special attack. Those are absolutely useless. Also, for your nature, probably get something that increases your HP. That's going to be the best overall. If you can't get that, probably something that increases defenses. And if you still can't get it, to increase your attack. So right now my nature is pretty bad. I'm just going to re-roll it. Come on. Give me something good for the video. Anxious. Oh no, that decreases your HP. The worst thing in the game is for your HP to decrease. Okay, that's actually pretty good. It buffs up my HP, which is quite good. Decreases my attack, but this just means I'm going to be doing more of a counter setup, because my stone edge does less damage, but I have more HP to play with my counter. So that is really, really good there. And yeah, I've covered the talents, covered that as well. Oh yeah, when you want to evolve this guy, right, I highly recommend evolving him. At least evolve your main one that is shiny. But when you do want to evolve him, you need a whole lot of fire and rock types here. Now you'll probably be getting a lot of them from the Lavacrag. Defeat these guys and you get a lot of fire level up, like fire evolution guys. But if you do want the rock types, right? No, wait, where am I going? Oh my goodness, my screen is back. But you want to go to the summoning altar. The summoning altar over there is mainly where you are going to be getting a whole lot of rock type evolutions. Now, oh my goodness, can this thing load already? Bro, how slow is my PC? Yo, speed up. Okay. But basically, as I was saying, you want to go over here to the summon ruins. This is the main area where you're going to be getting a lot of rock type evolution stones. You could also get it from the, I'm pretty sure, first world, if I'm not mistaken. It has the pebble boss, which does drop that as well. But you could also just get it from the monster summon over here. Just summon it. The rock type pep golem over here, and fire type blaze maiden as well over here, though they do spawn naturally across the entire map. Also, for the other stones that you do need, which is if I just pull it up in my inventory here, you will also need, aside from like these stones, like the normal element stones, the omni stones, you also need evolution stones. And I'm pretty sure you can exchange it with the merchant. Yes, over here. You can exchange it with the merchant, so definitely go ahead and do that. I have a lot of mine saved though, because I might want to spend on some omni stones or some large EXP fruits, depending on how it is. But I highly recommend you buy a lot of these. As well, if you have Robux, you could buy the daily evolution pack. That is also really, really good. But yeah, just go ahead and get all of those. And enjoy your best Evomon in the entire game, being Lavarock. Now subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.